welcome to the Ariel Show. I'm Ariel and I'm especially excited about today because I've missed you guys. Last week I was on my deathbed. Oh my gosh, I was sick for like 7 days straight, like wiped out, could not do anything, and it was awful. So I'm really glad I got better like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, which was great. And now I'm back and we just have one episode left of 2017. And so I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to share. And I think we just need to be talking about what is on my mind and hopefully on your mind so much these days. And that is about how we can learn to love ourselves more. This is the thing. If you're sick of hearing me talking about it, I'm sorry, it's not going away. It's because it's transformed my life so much. It's been the thing, like I've shared with you guys, it was the biggest personal transformation for me, was learning how to love myself. And I'm still learning, and I still wish I loved myself so much more and that I was so much more at peace with myself, and I still have a long way to go. And so I'm grateful for that journey because it means that since I don't have it all figured out, it means I'm constantly trying to learn and grow, and that keeps me fresh and sharp so I can keep sharing new things with you guys. So keeping in mind just the fact that we're coming onto a new year, let's leverage this time to think of ways, creative ways to add more of this, more joy, more peace, more love and self-love into our lives in 2018. So that's what I want to share with you today, is just a few really good ideas to do just that. So the first way that we're going to be more loving to ourselves in 2018 is we're not going to let our doubt make our decisions for us. I've been noticing this in my personal life a lot, actually, that I'll have an idea and I'll get this spark of inspiration and I'll feel really excited about it for just a split second. And then right on the tails of that comes this other thing that's like, oh, and here's why it won't work. And I've been kind of cynical in my own thinking about the future. And like I said, I'll have this idea, like something like, oh, this would be fun to try this. And then bam, right there, a fear, a doubt, something is coming in and it's trying to thwart this thing from ever becoming a reality. And of course, if we live that way, if you can relate to this too, then we're not ever going to do the thing. We're never going to act on our ideas. We're going to think, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool to do this. Maybe this would be like this really fun way to add more creativity into my life or whatever it is. And then right on the heels of that, doubts come in and tell us why, never mind, that's actually not a good idea. And this happens with New Year's resolutions a lot, doesn't it? We will maybe just for a split second allow ourselves to dream and hope why this year is going to be different. And then right beside that comes this doubt that says, actually, this year is going to be just like every other year, and you said that last year and you didn't do it, so what makes you think you're not going to be lazy and do it this year or whatever? Let's not become those cynical types of people, and let's not let our fears and our doubts decide for us the kind of people that we're going to be. It's literally that distinction. Like if I let that doubt come in and decide to stop me right there, okay, then it ends. Then it's over. Then the doubt has won and it was a self-fulfilling prophecy and I didn't do the thing. I didn't, decide to eat healthier or to act on some creative impulse or to go out with my friends or whatever it was, because right there, I silenced it. I stopped it. I ruined it. And so, excuse me, we can do that, or we can recognize the doubt and acknowledge it. Like, let's not pretend. Let's not be delusional. Acknowledge what we're working with. Like, okay, I see you, doubt. I hear you. Yeah, that's a good point. You're trying to keep me safe here. I've gotten my hopes up in the past and things didn't always work out. In spite of that, I'm still going to be brave and I'm still going to move forward because I care about myself and I care about evolving and moving my life forward. And so this is a really beautiful way that you can be kind and loving to yourself in 2018, is just don't let the doubt be in the driver's seat. You decide. You work with your doubts and fears. Like, they can come along for the ride, but you're not going to give them the same. Next is let's become a student of what we love. This is my favorite. I know you've heard me talk about this before, but I still read through your comments and I see so many of you still need to put this into practice. And that is just becoming more aware of what lights you up. I call it joy hunting in my book. And it's just this concept that we pay attention to what elevates us and what deflates us, what energizes us and what drains us. So I was just thinking of some examples in my own life I could share with you. This is little, tiny, practical stuff. Sometimes in the littlest ways is the ways that we either move forward or we don't. And so some of the smallest things can be like, you know what? I really enjoy sleeping in, so I'm going to give myself like 15 minutes. That's one way I can show myself a little bit of love and compassion here and be like, okay, girl, you get 15 extra minutes. That's my gift to you because last night I laid out your clothes so you wouldn't have to think about it this morning. You're literally just giving yourself that extra time. Or it can be like, okay, I'm drinking coffee. My coffee is lukewarm. It's gross. I hate lukewarm coffee. So a way that I'm going to show myself love is get my butt up and go to the microwave and heat this stuff up. Like, I know that's super little, and if you are the kind of person that's like, dismissive of these little things, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have a hard time really having that self-love infused into all these little things, because these little things are what make up our lives, you guys. And so if you're dismissive of it and you're like, that's stupid, that's not really gonna help me in my life. No, it's not gonna change your life overnight, but if you're ignoring your own impulses and your own kind of like joy tendencies, like what you're longing for, if you're dismissing your longings and desires every day on a daily basis, then that's gonna add up, and it's gonna unfortunately make for a life that's not being led by what lights you up in something you love. And you're gonna look around and you're like, my life is kind of lame, I don't really know who built this thing, I'm not really excited about it. It's because you ignored all these little tiny signs. And so we practice in the small stuff. And that's why I love this stupid heat up your coffee example, because it's like a minute. It's so easy. It's just this tiny little impulse. And then we get stronger and we learn to recognize, we learn to hear when something comes up inside of us and is like, I want it to be like this. And we go make it like that. That's how you change your life. And then the last way that we're gonna be more loving to ourselves in this next year is let's just be more gentle with ourselves. This is not really that easy to do. A lot of us are naturally very critical to ourselves. We're very harsh with ourselves, and we're just not very like tender and loving. And a lot of us feel like maybe we're above that. Like we don't need that. Like so whatever, that's BS. Like I don't really need to treat myself like that. I invite you to try it. If you have a mom or a friend or maybe a sister, someone who was in your life who was very just gentle and compassionate and kind with you, try to remember what about those interactions really spoke to you and try to give that to yourself. You can speak to yourself in your own head in the same gentle way that maybe your grandma did, that just like was so sweet. You can be kind and gentle to yourself. You can hug yourself at the end of the day. You can give yourself time to breathe. You can listen to soothing music. You can basically just bring some gentleness into your life. And we need these kinds of subtle things because the autopilot default that we sometimes revert to is just to be really mean to ourselves. And we ignore what we want. We don't feed ourselves. We don't keep ourselves warm. We don't give ourselves the time alone that we need or the relaxation time. These are all things that we deprive ourselves of. And so that's why I really like to instead be on the lookout for ways to be gentle and calm. And this was something I totally had to do with myself this past week when I was sick. So it's kind of fresh on my mind. Like, how can I be nurturing to myself here instead of just pissed that I'm sick because there's all these things I wanted to do that now I can't do. But what is that? It's my body forcing me to slow down and look for ways to just be kind. Let's be compassionate, kind, and gentle to ourselves. And those are some of my favorite ways that we can be showing ourselves more love in the coming year. I can't wrap up this episode without reminding you that my book, Turn Your Pain into Art, is all about self-love. And I've even put this out there, you guys. If you buy this book and you don't love it, it doesn't change your life, I will buy it back from you. I wish I could just give you all a copy and that you would all read it and it would all soak in, because it can make that big of a difference when you take the time to learn about what lights you up and you learn to be more loving, more kind, more gentle with yourself. Also, 2017 is done, and I just want to give all my love and gratitude to each of you who made the Arielle Show what it is, who subscribed, who liked, who commented, who were a part of this community, and then especially to my beloved patrons who I swear this show would have ended back in like 2015 if you guys had not stepped up and decided that you wanted to sponsor the Arielle Show every single week with your support. And so many lives have been changed because of your contribution. Like, I hope you sleep so well at night, and I hope you feel like such a badass boss because you were helping make this thing happen every single week. And I'm so grateful. You guys are the best. How freaking awesome is this that I get to make a show every week, put it online, have thousands of people be impacted by it, and it's not me doing it by myself. We're all doing this together. It makes it that much more special and beautiful and just an honor to be a part of. So that's it. We are wrapping up the year. I will be back next year and I'll see you, and it's going to be a great one. So stay tuned for all the good stuff we've got coming up in 2018. I love you.